Animal Crossing New Horizons transports its players to a utopian island. It was released at a time when many countries were imposing stay-at-home orders. The game sold more than 5 million digital copies in its first month and more than 31 million copies as of writing. It was the perfect distraction during a pandemic, an escape from the turmoils of the outside world. No plot, no enemies, no tangible goals, and it seems like nothing is happening in the game. It is an exercise in patience, and the progress is similar to quarantine life, a mesh of days and no one knows what's happening. Typical best-selling video games like the Fallout franchise envision the future in a dismal state. What can a utopian video game like Animal Crossing contribute to a world that seems to be gearing towards a dystopia? Under the guise of an aesthetic environment, it gives its players the chance to arrange their island into a virtual representation of their imagined alternate reality. Since a utopia is more than just the perfect place, it is the questioning of the present, and the pandemic made that question even more relevant. Philosophers have written about the ideal world since Plato. It was initially unnamed until Thomas More coined the term in 1516. It alludes to an imaginary paradise, a non-existent society that was created as a response to the existing one. Utopias have come a long way from the idea of a static paradise. Modern utopias do not aim to change the world at a macro level and are more focused on the creation of a sustainable society. Here's where Animal Crossing comes in. The player is a utopian traveler who departs from reality and signs up for the Nook Inc. Deserted Island Getaway Package. As with many literary utopias, the island's location is apart from the real world. There's no description to where the island is. They are given a bare island to customize as Tom Nook, the CEO, assigns the player to become the island representative. It lacks a clear goal, yet they can make their own goals and decorate their island based on their desire and the alternatives to reality that they would like to represent. The beauty of the game is the idealization of how a society can operate. The sustainability of resources. Utilities are maximized by investing in sustainability, as it increases not only the beauty and variety on the island, but also the productivity of the island's resources. Tom Nook is a satire of capitalism and monopoly. The Nook family controls the island's currency called bells. Some recognize this as a dystopian feature because of his total economic control. It negates capitalist concepts as he gives interest-free loans yet lets you earn interest on your savings. There's also a fun theory that he puts bells in trees. He gives players a Nook phone at the start of the game where they can shop, collect Nook miles, use a camera, and other things. Although Nook's Cranny, operated by his sons, Timmy and Tommy, sells goods, the economic system doesn't favor a certain socioeconomic class, or if there's even one. Similar to Moore's idea of limiting the population of a city, the island can only accommodate 10 residents. It gives the residents ample land to roam about. They are given a choice every time their houses are relocated. Their houses are uniform in size yet differ in color, and each non-playable character decorates their own house. It is a balance of order and individuality of the villagers, uniformity but not monotony. Certain economic principles like supply and demand are evident in special characters who pay more for bugs or fish or the buying or selling of turnips. There are daily hot items which can be sold for twice as much. It criticizes some flaws in our present society, like overpriced art for the sake of collection. A shady, non-playable character sells artworks that are either authentic or forgeries for the same price. You just don't know whether it's authentic or not until you donate it to the museum. Some players' islands are so intricate that they replicate what they are missing from the outside world because of the present situation. Some invite their friends to their island to celebrate birthdays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, and other holidays. Even though they are controlling a character that is an idealized version of themselves, customizable to a certain extent, it is the player but not really the player. The utopia in Animal Crossing has become a strategy of creativity, clearing the way for the only path that man can possibly follow, the path of creation. As As with the customizability of the patterns, the characters, and other ways in which the player can express their interest, fandom, or political views. It may seem like utopian thinking merely describes a non-existent society, but it is essential to the improvement of the human condition. As the world abruptly stopped, people need an escape, an avenue for collective dreaming, something to give people a sense of normalcy during these difficult times. There is hope that one day we could live as we did before the pandemic. Until then, we have Animal Crossing to keep us entertained.